creatives, how are you? Welcome back to the Nerd Creative channel. Fanhome build the legendary Cyborg building Robocop. In this video we're going to complete stage 49 of the build. Let's go. With every stage of the build comes component parts and a magazine. These are the components for stage 49. Let's have a look and see what we're doing. That's from the film poster there. Half man, half cyborg, all cop. So here's a list of all the components for this stage and the step-by-step instructions. So we're working on the pelvis again. And before I start any stage of the build, just like to make sure that we've got everything that we're supposed to have. In here. Just a sec, I've just dropped a spring on the floor. Yeah, I found it. It's here. It's a spring. So, let's get back to it. So we have 49A, which is the right hip washer. In here is the hip bracket. Then we've got the right hip. We've got the washer spring. We have the right hip screw in that bag. And the nut there. There's the nut, there's the screw, there's the bracket. And we have screws and CM screws. So we've got everything that we're supposed to have at this stage of the build. We've got the screws, we've got our screwdrivers, we've got our components, we've got our magazine. Let's begin. So to start the build, as we did before with the left hip, we need to get the nut out and put the nut in there. As you can see, it's hexagonal shaped, so we put the nut in there like that. And then we're going to put the bracket on. Let's see. So the bracket goes over those two holes there, and they're held in place. Let's see. Fixed into place with the hip screw, which is this. So we need a couple of screws that came with this build, this stage. Okay, so we've got a couple of screws there. They're really tiny, so I'm going to use this really tiny screwdriver to get the bracket in. That. Make sure we're over the hole, which is there. I'm going to loosely put that in before I get the second one in. See how tiny the screws are. Just need it to sit over the hole, which is there. It's metal in metal, so you can keep going. Just tighten up the first one. Like that. Okay, so bring the assembly back, which is here. Turn it over like that, and we push the hip screw through like that, like we did on this side here. And then we turn it over like that, and we put the washer in place like that there. And then we get this washer and we sit it on here on the screw, and we turn it so it fits into the lock opening there, as you can see. And then we sit this over the top. Like that. Let's make sure it's sitting properly. And then we screw it from the back. Tighten it from the back, should I say, like this. And just before I finish tightening it, yeah, just making sure that it's in the right position. Keep going so it's completely tight. That there. So that's the same as that one. Bring the other leg in, because we're going to attach the other leg on here, which goes in like that. If you look closely there, those two align like that. So I just need to get the right screws to do that. So it's a couple of CM screws. I'm just going to preload onto a screwdriver. So we get these in place. It's quite difficult. I'll do it standing up. Need to get them lined up. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I'm trying to line the two pieces together. Oh, the leg opened up. It's quite difficult to do. difficult to do actually, especially when the leg opens. This is quite difficult to line them up. So I had to get the legs put together off camera because it's quite difficult. So here we go. There's the legs put together. What I need to do is I don't know if I put it on backwards. Did I put it on backwards? No. So I think I screwed it in too tight. Need to loosen it a bit. There we go. That's it. The legs can stand up now. Straighten the legs now. Like that. Close this leg up properly. Okay. So I've got the legs done, they're together. I'm going to show you the legs. There they are, both legs done. That's what they should look like. And that completes stage 49 of the build.